A Sioux Falls man is behind bars accused of killing his sister's fiancé.
On Monday afternoon, police were called to a home on North Dakota Avenue in central Sioux Falls.
This is nearby the police department, so officers responded and arrived on scene quickly. They encountered a subject there who had serious injuries. An ambulance was summoned to the scene, and he was transported to a local nearby hospital.
The victim, identified as 70-year-old James Lipscomb, later died.
Police then arrested 54-year-old Timothy Bellinger for second-degree murder. He's being held in the Minnehaha County Jail on a $1 million bond.
This past week, Mitchell lost a well-known community member.
Alice Claggett served as mayor for 6 years and dedicated her life to volunteering and giving back to the community.
Her family is remembering her 97 years and how well she spent them.
If you live a good life and you're out there pushing and trying to do everything you can, it's just great. If somebody ever needed $100 and she had $5 in her checking account, she'd figure out a way to get $100.
Alice was the first female mayor of Mitchell and remains the only woman to hold that office.
The city of Sioux Falls has seen a dramatic decrease in stolen cars.
Police credit a community campaign, repeat messaging, and holding people accountable. This chart shows the trends over the last few years.
Chief of Police John Toombs says there's still more work to do.
But I'll tell you this, every weekend when I look at the reports for stolen vehicles, they're down. But what's the continuing trend? Unlocked, keys left in them, right? So there's still more work we can do to make sure we take care of this.
The chief says the city is also seeing a decrease in assaults.
He credits local nonprofits with helping those numbers go down.
Well, now let's get a check on our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Summer. Temperatures today will reach the 80s and 90s as we have a chance to hit lower 90s in parts of central South Dakota. Forecast high in Pierce for 88, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do get an isolated 90 to show up. 87 in Sioux Falls, 84 in Aberdeen. You know, this type of weather will continue through the rest of the work week, and then we'll watch for changes as we go through this weekend, and Brian will have more details on that coming up.
Thank you, Scott. A local theater group is set to make its return to the stage.
The Premier Playhouse will open its 23rd season Friday with Noises Off. It's a play about a master class in theatrical disaster.
Noises Off is one of those great American classic comedies that a ton of community theaters are doing throughout the country and throughout the decades. And it's one that we haven't touched in quite a long time. And also after doing some research with our patrons, we've realized that people are yearning for more plays and they're learning to laugh and kind of heal all that's going on in the world and maybe in their lives.
Noises Off runs Friday through Sunday at the Orpheum Theater.
We provided a link with showtimes and ticket information under this story on KELOLAND.com.
It can be difficult for some farmers to transition to organic farming. That's why an event was held to help connect farmers, buyers, and traders in the organic farming market.
For farmers that have made the switch to organic practices, they truly believe in what they do.
I chose to farm organic, and I will only farm organic because I don't want to expose myself to the chemicals and stuff that is related to conventional farming. I don't want to, I respect all farmers. I just choose to do it the organic way.
At the event, they taught farmers how to market themselves together so that they are able to have more bargaining power.
Some people call them no-see-ums, but tiny black bugs that bite have invaded many communities in southeast South Dakota and northwest Iowa.
They're called minute pirate bugs. They feed on plant-eating bugs in farm fields like aphids.
But once the corn and soybeans dry up, they move into the green areas like parks or your backyard looking for bugs to feed on.
When they land on people, they test bite to see if we are something they want to eat. Then they move on.
They are piercing our skin, and then they do release a little bit of that saliva, and some people do have a reaction to the saliva. However, minute pirate bugs, we are not part of their life cycle, so they're not feeding on us for an extended period of time. It's pretty much a poke, you're not an aphid, and then they're moving on with their lives.
Mosquito repellent won't work on pirate bugs, so your best defense is to wear long sleeves and pants.
They're less active during cool or windy weather and will die off after the first hard freeze.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another check of your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, checking our weather today, a little bit of rain in the James Valley. If you can kind of connect the dots here into northeast Nebraska, just a fine line of moisture we've been looking at. So keep an eye on it. If you are watching us in those particular regions, you will continue to watch your Storm Tracker app for a little rain in this spot. This is a weak upper level system out of Nebraska, just enough instability to trigger that. So setting that story aside, the vast majority of us today warming up with that southerly wind. We're going to be in the 80s today. Sioux Falls will even project close to 87 late in the afternoon. Low 80s, Rapid City. Northwest winds coming in to Rapid City. Now, this front here, not necessarily going to produce much in the way of any major changes. It kind of washes out tomorrow. So what do we end up with? Well, more of the same, really. Mid to upper 80s. Very, very common across our region. If we end up with something on radar tomorrow, the most likely scenario is it would pop up in southwest Minnesota. So we'll check back in on that story, see if anything needs to be added to the forecast. But I do think on Friday, southerly winds will begin to pick up, and look at the result of that. 90-degree weather. Record-setting temperatures are forecast now for Sioux Falls. Other locations will monitor your numbers. A little rain could pop in western South Dakota Friday night, Saturday morning. Now, the next question is, how fast does this front go east? And it's probably going to slow down. So East River, 80s. It's going to be, in fact, even maybe another 90 in Sioux Falls. Now, Rapid City, that's already cooling off, and you talk about a change in the weather. Start watching this. The weekend, we're going to start picking up a northwest wind Sunday morning. Mobridge, northwest South Dakota, this could be 50 to 60 miles per hour. There's going to be some chilly rain showers here. And the bottom line is big difference in weather. Rapid City is probably looking at highs into, I would say, the 50s at best. We'll see. This could be pretty interesting by Sunday night. There could be snow at the end of the weekend in the Black Hills. So that's Ketherland, right? We know we could just start changing quickly this time of the year. 87 today, Sioux Falls. 90 tomorrow, 92 Friday, 90 on Saturday. There may be a couple thunderstorm chances Sunday with the progression of that front. Aberdeen in the northeast, looking at that change pretty apparent. I'll warn you, Sunday's high, that's still a timing issue. If our front slows down, then we're 71, but I could easily see Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening being a whole lot cooler than that, especially with all this wind. And there's good possibilities we're going to get some 30s here by Monday morning in northern South Dakota. We also see Pierre cooling off dramatically on Sunday. So again, that's a work in progress going into Monday. We could have highs in the 50s and 60s on Monday. Yes, indeed, it will be sweater weather. More details online at ketherland.com.